Hi, welcome to Three Spoonsful by Shweta Mehra. And with work from home, the kids being home, the whole family being home, so what to eat for snacks or breakfast is always a big question. So today we have two cutlet or tikki recipes that we are going to share here. Before we start the recipes, please remember to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon for notifications. So let's start with the first recipe. The first recipe is a beetroot tikki or a beetroot cutlet recipe. For this I have taken two beetroots which are boiled and grated, and the rest of the ingredients we'll see as we go ahead, but the beetroots need to be boiled. So let's get started with this recipe. So to the beetroots I'm going to add oats. This is oats flour. All I have done is simply powdered the oats that we get, the regular ones. I'm adding in some mixed herbs. I'm also adding some powdered almonds. So this is like almond flour. So beetroot, which is high in iron, and oats, which is again high in iron, and almond is all excellent for the kids and for adults actually. We've also taken some semolina or suji, that is to coat this tikki, or if you think it's too soggy, you can add a spoonful of the semolina to the bowl itself. So now to this mixture I've added salt, red chili powder and some garam masala, and then let's just start mixing it up well. At this point I did feel that this mixture was a little soggy, so I added the oats flour that was remaining. Just mix it well together. Make sure that you adjust the spices according to the quantity of your oats flour. Sometimes what happens is that the beetroot is a little soggy, is a little watery, and then you could need to add more oat flour. That's absolutely okay. No harm done. Just make sure that you season it well for that. Now here is the semolina. I don't think we need it in the mixture, so I've not added any to the mixture. I just made do with the oats flour. But I'm going to be taking the semolina to coat these tikkis so that it has a very nice crunchy exterior. So in a plate I'm just spreading the semolina. Let's add a bit of salt to it so that it stays balanced, and mix it well nicely. And now I've greased my hands very lightly. I'm going to be taking this mixture and making little tikkis or cutlets out of this. You could make any shape you like. If this is, especially if it's for kids, you know, they love cute shapes, and this is a very lovely color. So if you make innovative shapes, they are going to love it all the more, I think. So here it is. I've just made a basic round shape and I'm coating it with the semolina, and let's put it aside and get done with the rest as well. So you can see that it doesn't stick or anything. It's just very easy, and if your proportion of the oat flour and the beetroot is done properly, then it doesn't break as well. So now here all of our tikkis are absolutely ready. So all we need to do is fry them. Now to fry the tikkis, let's take a pan and heat it up. Add some oil to this. I'll just spread this with the help of a brush. And with these tikkis, there's going to be something very interesting that we can do. I'm going to just share it with you, but it's going to be at the end of this video, so keep watching up till the very end. Now that the oil is hot, let's add in our tikkis to the hot pan and start cooking them. This is a very quick and simple recipe. In fact, if you've boiled beetroots a little while earlier, like probably a couple of hours earlier, it turns out even better because then the water kind of gets drained off from the beetroot. If you boil a beetroot and immediately grate it and make this recipe, it'll need more of oats flour. But this is really good. It's iron rich. The oats and the beetroot make it iron rich. The color is cute, kids love it. So this is like a very winning recipe, especially for tiffins or break time recipe or work from home recipe. Let's turn the sides and cook the tikkis well on both the sides. So basically all we're looking at is that the semolina just turns a little brownish and looks very crunchy. And once that's done, let's remove it. And you can serve this with some ketchup, you can serve this with some chutney, you can serve this with some homemade mayonnaise, or it tastes fabulous anyway. So this is it. The simple and super yummy first recipe is done, and we have served it up over here. Let's just dish it out nicely and then get started with the second recipe. And the second recipe is going to be like a health freak's delight. It's a soya tikki. So this is really very protein rich, and we are going to be adding paneer to it as well, so making it even better in terms of the protein content. And if you want, you could add some sauteed mushrooms to it, so that just make it like a triple dose of protein for whoever likes it. So what we have done here is I've taken soya chunks. You could use soya granules or any other shape and size that you like. This is the kind of soya chunks that I have used. They look like this, and I have boiled them in a mixture of water and milk for around 10 minutes, and then they turn out so soft. And once this is done, make sure that you drain it well and you actually squeeze out all the water from the soya chunks before we make this recipe. So this one is again pretty simple. Just add all of this to a blender. So we are going to be adding the drained soya chunks as well into the blender. Next I'm going in with the paneer. Next I've added some gram flour or besan over here. This helps to bind it. So again, depending on how moist your soya chunks are, you could require a little more besan. I'm also adding in an onion. I just feel it enhances the taste. If you want, you could even add in like a spring onion or some capsicum greens. Next I've taken some garlic, coriander and some green chilies, and I've added this, and we're just going to blitz it all together. Before that, let's just add a bit of seasoning. So we go in with some salt, and let's also add in some garam masala powder. Once again, these are the measurements that I have used, but if by chance the soya chunks are a little soggy or they haven't been squeezed enough, your mixture could turn out a little wetter. And if it does, just add a little bit more of besan and add a little bit more of seasoning to adjust the taste. And if it still doesn't work out, you could even add in a slice of bread. That works as well. It works well for binding as well. Of course, then it reduces your protein content, because people are trying to avoid bread or something. That would be an issue. So now what I've done is, again, I've taken semolina in a plate and I've added some salt and some red chili powder to it, and then just shape the tikkis and flatten them, and then coat them in the semolina mixture. So here they are. I've kept them with the semolina on the side so that they don't stick to one another, because this is quite sticky. Now let's get frying it. In a pan, I've just taken some ghee or clarified butter, and I'm spreading it around, letting it get hot. Once it's nice and hot, let's just add in our tikkis. And then it's the same old drill. You just make sure to cook them on both sides until they are crispy and nice. You could even serve this up for breakfast because this is a very nice, a very high protein recipe, and it tastes very, very delicious. And as you can see, it doesn't break or anything. It just is nice and firm and very juicy. So if you want, you could even turn this into a burger patty and make a little burger out of it for yourself. So now you can see the semolina is turning nice and brown and crispy, and that's the kind of gold color that we are looking for. Once all of these look like that, we are just going to dish it out. And that's it. It's so simple, and actually even kids love this recipe because you could just shape it into a finger kind of a thing and serve it up for the kids as well. So that's it. We are done and we can remove these out now. So this is it. You could serve these as well with some chutney or with some ketchup or any other dip that you like to make. These work well for like evening snacks, for breakfast, for any time hunger, or you could just have them with the lunch as well. So here are both the tikkis that we made today, and here's a little bonus recipe. So out of the beetroot tikkis, what we've done is that we've added a bit of curd and chutneys like the green chutney and tamarind chutney, and just made a little chart out of it. So if you like this recipe, do subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon for notifications, and keep watching the videos. Bye.